A half troll, right? Do you mean the new one? We have three of the new troll and 2 troll kings in this deck. Feels like plenty of each. Probably could go down the number of honestly, the new 3 mana troll is pretty bad. That could be more mass vandals, more ooze. Neutral's pretty good against them for Toad. I mean, it's okay against them for Toad, yeah. It's pretty shit against the rest of their deck, though. Land first, by the way. Have any of you guys ever noticed how fucking dumb Lovestruck Beast is? Every time it comes onto the battlefield on either side of the board, I'm just like, what? What? How can this thing even exist, man? It is a 5/5 for 3 mana, and you also get a 1/1 with it. It's crazy. You hate it? It's so crazy. Absolutely obscene card.
Always happy to provide free support to my favorite streamer.
Yeah, it's also only 1 green. Like, fair enough if it was triple green. You could maybe accept it. 3 mana 5/5 with upside and only 1 green pip, by the way. That also just perfectly curves into pretty much the best card draw engine in Standard. Seems good. Seems frickin' good. Is this still a good matchup? I think it should still be a good matchup, yeah. It's not going to be as good as it was, but it should still be decent, yeah. I mean, mono green food was pretty much the reason why Rakdos was unplayable last set, right? I still think it pretty heavily favours the mono green food, but they do have better tools now. With like the Predator having flying is really relevant because mono green food doesn't deal with flyers too well. Valky is obviously pretty good here. CROKEYZ was always already pretty decent against mono green. Claim is not exactly a card that we want to get, or Troll is not a card we want to get claimed, is it? Why not activate castle? Because what if I don't draw a creature? And then I can't use my trail. Oh, does it have to go in a forest? Oh, right. I thought it just went on any land and gave you green mana. Okay. So what happens then? Return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment. Okay, so it'll come back to the battlefield and then just die, I guess. Claim the frickin' firstborn. Am I remembering wrong, or did it actually take us quite a while to start playing Claim? As far as I can... We didn't play Claim, like, right at the beginning of Eldraine, I don't think. For some reason. I don't know why, but... I guess we didn't have Ghost Rider, right? So not enough sack outlets, probably. Can I have my ooze back, please? Diddle-diddle-doo-doo. Man. Henge is just a miserable card, innit? I'm so conflicted with Henge. I know that it's stupid, but I just love being able to play creature decks that draw cards. I'll heartily admit to being giga biased. But Henge is some dumb shit, let me tell you. Okay. Actually a little bit risky to discard the second Henge, but both of these lands are sick though. Can't attack? Nope. Nope. Opponent can't really attack either, to be fair. Can pretty much only attack with his dragon, right? The troll, I don't think the troll's that good, Gab. I'm unconvinced by the troll, I've got to say. Good on turn 3. I mean, it's probably gas in like mono green. The other one. If there is another one. But the thing is, like, your mono green 3-drops are already just insane, aren't they? Alright. Arena loves tapping my Haven, but I'm too lazy to undo that. Well, this kind of looks like just a standoff and eventually we're going to win, but... I've not used it to ramp, no. It's like, it's a pretty decent card, I think, but it just... It's mostly good against removal, huh? It's not that good against other creature decks. It's not good against exile effects. It's pretty decent against a Binding the Old Gods, for example, but other than that, whatever. I mean, pretty much your entire deck is good against removal spells, though, isn't it? Like with Troll King, Cogluck, and bounce a Lovestrip Beast token. You've got Wicked Wolf, Goose, Mass Vandal, etc. They've already done their stuff. Vorinclex is useless here, right? I mean, it stops counters on the flyer, but that seems like whatever. More ovens has to be good. Dodging Claims, Acroan Wars. Alright. Cut the troll, I guess. Alright, chat. The sideboard plan against Rakdos is cut all the new cards. Nice. Cut Kaldheim. We still do have 18 new cards, that's true. Why can't this be a Lano or Elf, man? Turn 3 Henge lost. Vivian's good. Doesn't Vivian just die? Because they have that dragon now, right? I maybe could have made a food token there with Goose, by the way. And then just play Lovestrip Beast without the 1/1. That would have been a legal play, which maybe would be quite good. Maybe Dragon makes it worse, but even if they have Thirst, the Tempo Swing's brutal. And Vivian is insanely good if she can stick, but I feel like it's the type of card where in this matchup if you cast her and they can kill her. It's going to lose you the game, innit? What do they need to kill her? They need like dragon and acclaim. Or... But it's probably good though, to be fair. I mean, Rakdos is just so bad against this deck, it's crazy. Anyway. She can make reach tokens though. I mean, I don't think she's bad. I'm not saying she's bad. But that our whole deck is already insane against this. You know? It's not as if we would be cutting a bad card so that we can play the Vivian. We'd just be cutting an alternative decent card. Is Valkyrie shit? I don't think so. Valkyrie is gas. I just think probably Rakdos is just a little bit bad, man. It might just be Rakdos that's awful. Which saddens me greatly, because, like, Mono White, Splash Scald, and Rakdos, those were the two decks that I was most looking forward to playing in Kaldheim. Because Mono White and Rakdos, they were already, like, they were pretty good, you know? They weren't one of the tier 1 decks. In the last set, but they were close, and they both got really good upgrades. Like Mono White got Scald, and there's some creatures that you can play as well if you like those ones. And then Rakdos got like Valkyrie, Aegon, Predator, but it looks like even with all those extra cards, it's still not quite good enough. Or both of those decks seem not quite good enough. Mono White, I do think is pretty good, and Rakdos I do think is pretty good, but they're not as good as Mono Green Food. They're not as good as Naya. They're probably not going to be as good as whatever the best Yorion deck ends up being, even though I do think pretty much every Yorion deck so far is kind of shit. Kind of bad. What the hell do I do here, man? Meta doesn't change? Well, we didn't expect the meta to change that much, though. I guess we are playing Henge, huh? Does this thing only get the counter if the card gets exiled? Exile up to one target card and put a 1/1 counter? Well, it gets the counter anyway, right? Exile one card and put a counter on. Okay, that's fine. I'd rather protect my wolf than get rid of the Wolf Strider there. Yeah, I mean Rakdos's main downside is that it can't remove enchantments, right? So it's pretty yikes against Yorion. It can remove artifacts, but to be fair, even its artifact removal spells are mostly pretty awful, right? Like shredded sails type of shit, you know? It's just whatever, innit? Farika's Libation? Yeah, but dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, these cards are just essentially unplayable cards that only get used because they're literally the only option. You know, they're so bad. Like, I think Rakdos would happily take a better enchantment. They have Libation, they have Feed the Swarm. They do have ways to get rid of these cards, but they're just bad. You know? They just suck. And when essentially every slow deck, like Yorion or Food, is filled to the brim with artifacts and enchantments, it just makes it so tough for you when you're starting from such a disadvantage that you don't have good cards that can remove those things. That's why I thought that Jund would be better than Rakdos, because Jund, I mean, you can play Korvold and then you get to play Mass Vandal or whatever green. Alright, I should have tapped my Goose. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. Whatever green artifact removal spell you think is good. Yeah, I should have had lethal in this turn, but I was too busy talking. I mean, this game's completely over in it. Who cares? Like, green offers you so much as a Rakdos gamer. But it does make your mana a lot worse, right? You don't have a Triome, which is really annoying. And you don't have, like, an extraordinary amount of card draw like, say, Naya does to offset that a little bit. Like, Naya pretty much has the same mana base as Jund, but you've got Eddies, you've got Scalds, you've got Henges to fix that. Whereas Jund is not really drawing cards. Jund is playing from the graveyard, right? Which is essentially drawing a card, but it doesn't help you make land drops. What about Mardu? Well, I mean, I tried Mardu. I tried Rakdos with Scalds and white, like enchantment removal spells. It's also kind of bad, I think. Even the white ones are not that great. I mean, you have intervention, right? But because intervention, which I think is pretty good, but your problem with that deck is it's double white, isn't it? And with only intervention and Scalds in your deck, you actually end up with not enough white sources to even use your intervention, right? You can only really play intervention if you're able to have like double white on turn 4, right? That's what you're looking for, I guess, I would say. I don't think Mardusak can do that because you need so many red and black sources to be able to play CROKEYZ that it becomes hard. I think we should play the Mammoth while the Frostbite only deals 2. It's probably getting countered anyway, but yep. I guess they don't not necessarily play Frostbite though. Is this Zerda in the deck just like because it's a Gigantha for that deck, or is there actually some activated abilities coming through? Looks like it's probably just there for free, right? No permanence at all? That's possible. I'd quite like a food token for my wolf. Do 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 do. This is the same Genzi from MTGO. He's an old school control grinder. Is he? That's harsh, man. Am I supposed to just attack with the land? I mean, casting Henge into this counterspell seems really dumb. But losing my land to a Frostbite also seems kind of dumb. Everything seems kind of dumb. Attack with the land? I don't know if attacking with the land is that good, man. Yeah, that's okay. Is that like number of instants? Yeah. Okay. I mean, this card is pretty much confirmed to be. Well, I was going to say it's confirmed to be the counter, but I didn't suspect Nexus. What I was going to say is, it's pretty much confirmed to be the counter rather than the card draw spell. Because I don't think he would leave himself with 2 mana unless it was the counter. I guess it makes sense if he's going to play Nexus to just let me resolve anything. Makes more sense than the counterspell thing. Than the card draw one, I mean. Guys, I feel like if he had a counter spell, he would have held up 3 mana last turn, right? Rather than 2. He might still have one, but I think this is the most likely time of the game that we can resolve that. Two mana, draw 2. We need the squirrel in the sideboard. Alright. Now our Vorin clicks could definitely get countered. I think we're still casting it though, huh? Alright, never mind. Easy. Eight haste, boy. This. Alright, hopefully we don't get Nexus about 10 times here. Okay. Nexus number 1 coming through. Trample, by the way. I'm a little bit scared of this card. That there could pretty easily be a really strong deck with that card, I think. That type of effect is just busted as shit in it. It's very, very expensive, but you know, it's not impossible is a good one. Should we just play the Love Strip Beast? Seems like a scam. What is this? Whenever you draw a card, put a foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8, make an 8/8. Okay. Motherfucker! My 1/1s. He might have another removal spell for the Love Strip Beast, and we kind of we lose a food, but I'm not going to give up the food token there, sack that. Come on, man. Use your counter spell, dudes. One mana off lethal Sag. Big Sag. Control Grinder, by the way. Knows exactly when to use the counter spell. Oh shit. It's a lot of cards. Imagine going to all this effort to draw cards when you could just play a henge, you know? Honestly, Ooze is not that bad against them, huh? Eating frantic inventories, keeping these blitzes, kind of bad. Cards that say haste seem kind of good. Cards that eat graveyards seem kind of good. Oven, I think, is a little bit whatever. Wicked Wolf is actually quite good, I think. I mean, Izzet can't really deal with a Wicked Wolf very well, can it? Troll is obviously decent, Trail is decent, Vandals, whatever. Kogla's pretty whatever. Yeah, I'll trim the wolf. I mean, Vivian's obviously gas. Alright, 2 sus cards, chat. I don't really see 2 sus cards here, though. I guess we just cut a wolf and a troll. The troll gets exiled by that removal spell, but we do have 4 ooze now to keep the removal spell down. It's also an early game creature that can get under the counters as well, right? It's pretty cool. Turn 2 troll. Turn 2 troll has to be good. One ooze. I think the ooze is good, man. The ooze just has a lot of stuff to get rid of in their graveyard, right? How much mana is the Nexus? if it's been foretold? Is it 6? Yeah? Okay. Isn't Yorvo better than Tro? I'm not convinced by the Tro, man. The Tro might be terrible, but we're just trying it out for now. I don't mind getting a counter on a Mammoth. Yeah, no Henge here's pretty sad. Would have been a good time to resolve a Troll King also, if we didn't draw a tap land. I could have put him to 4 there, but seems like a scam to waste our opportunity where he's tapped out to just attack with the land. Seems good. Trample Strong. That was an unreasonable draw for us there.